We'll give it a shot. Alright, heading down the road. I'll light the windshield a little bit here. There you go. Got everything. My piece of paper. There you go. Turn that off now. I think that's all. Oh, that ain't all. There you go. This is up a little bit. Turn the fan on. This went. Have everything? Yep. Oh, code don't film me now. Let's go. See anybody behind me? Nope. See what we got going here. Okay, let's move it on down the road. Go.
One lane gets by in both directions. Northbound delays off 66, southbound before Stringfellow Road. The connector road today between 123 and 66, track work in the left lane both sides. 66 eastbound work again today from Nutley Street to the Beltway, blocked in the left lane. Expect heavy traffic on the outer loop of the Beltway leading to Leach Bridge headed to the work zone over the Toll Road and blocking the left lane. Interloop topside Maryland, just about heavy traffic passing on Georgetown Way towards 355. The good news is all lanes have been reopened on 355 and Cedar Lane. This is what caused the unusual Beltway delays, and we had very slow traffic on Georgetown Road and Connecticut Avenue. Southbound Connecticut Avenue between Albany and Jones Bridge, that work zone is in the right lane. We had an accident reported 50 eastbound on the Bay Bridge. Unusual delays there. Watch for the potential of debris on Kenilworth Avenue southbound before Eastern Avenue. The metal debris was reported along the left side. Are you looking for a challenging career? Join Miracle Systems, a small business with big results. For more information, visit miraclesystems.net. That's miraclesystems.net. Jack Taylor, WTOP Traffic.
Partly sunny skies this afternoon, about a 40% chance of showers. An isolated thunderstorm also can't be ruled out. Highs around 80. A stray evening thunder shower. Then for the remainder of the overnight, partly cloudy, upper 50s to low 60s. We'll make it into the mid-80s Friday with partly sunny skies and finally no chance of rain. We'll stay dry this weekend too, warming up and the humidity ramping up by Sunday. Upper 80s Saturday, sunny to partly cloudy, more sunshine and partly cloudy skies by the afternoon. Hot and humid Sunday around 90. Weather update around the clock on the BTOP. I'm ABC 7's Chris Nail.
Plenty of sunshine in the Washington area. Really nice day. 75 at Dulles, 78 at Reagan National and at BWI Marshall. 77 right now in Frederick, Maryland. Outside the Glass Enclosed Nerve Center, 72 degrees. Brought to you by Thompson Creek Window Company.
Where are the jobs going in Virginia? We'll take a look at that next, 1221. And now, Technology Insights with Tom Frana, President and CEO of Vion, speaking with John Gary, former CIO and Director of Strategic Planning for DISA, now an executive at Vion.
Is there a benefit that you never thought you'd ever see come out of the capacity services model?
How technology refreshment has evolved. We never anticipated keeping stuff on the floor for more than 3 years. And all of a sudden, there was this idea that says, wait a minute, people save 10% a year if you keep their stuff on the floor and don't just go out and buy it because you can. Let's keep it there and let us help you. Trust us to tell you
electricity on demand with a level of peace of mind service its customers have come to expect. To hear more of technology insights, visit Vion.com, VION.com.
WTOP at 12:22.
Well, Exxon is moving up to 2,000 jobs out of Fairfax County to its new headquarters in Houston. On the flip side, though, there is a break in the stalemate that threatens the Dulles Rail project. So how will these two developments affect jobs in our area? Earlier, Mike and Bruce talked about it with Stephen Fuller, professor of public policy at George Mason University.
In the long run, they're not going to notice it too much. I mean, that sounds incorrect, but 2,100 jobs, they're not all leaving at the same time. They won't be gone until 2014. The county's probably going to generate 20,000 net new jobs that year. So it's unfortunate. The timing could have been better, but it's long anticipated that these jobs will leave at some point.
Steve, you've done a lot of research into the vitality of our economy in this region, and in Northern Virginia, the impact that could be had or lost if rail is not completed to Dulles. Now, yesterday, a major step toward moving in the direction of being able to finish the project at Dulles and perhaps into Ashford as well was taken, but it's still hanging up in the air. How much in the way of economic growth could be compromised if this doesn't get done?
The Silver Line is really a big issue, and it's very, very important. In Loudoun County alone, probably 40,000 jobs in the long run over the next 30 or 40 years depends on Metro Rail being completed. But even Fairfax, if it's limited where it is now, Greeley Avenue, Fairfax doesn't get the full benefit of it, and the construction jobs are important. So the economic measures of the region, the Silver Line is so much bigger than ExxonMobil.
Something else that got a lot of attention yesterday was the Redskins' decision to move their training camp down to Richmond. Beyond a couple of weeks that will lose the business of all people going to businesses right around Redskins Park, is there much of an effect there?
No, I think this actually is positive. Redskins Park is getting substantial refurbishment. It didn't leave Northern Virginia. They were shopping it around. They were leaving Maryland, the District of Columbia conflicted. So there's a small amount of spending that would have taken place by Redskins fans in Loudoun County. That money won't go to Richmond. But if it does, it's going to help them. They need it. This is another high visibility economic decision.
That's Stephen Fuller, professor of public policy at George Mason University.
More Money News straight ahead, 12:24.
Maybe your classroom was out on a job site or volunteering for a good cause.
Let's thank the organizer of tonight's event.
At a charity event or on the parade ground. The point is, not all college-level learning happens in a traditional classroom, and University of Maryland University College understands that. UMUC's prior learning program makes it possible for you to earn up to 30 college credits in one semester by demonstrating what you learned on your job, in the military, or as a volunteer. You can even earn up to 15 credits by demonstrating new skills you learn on the job through our co-op program. Either way, UMUC's prior learning program can help you earn your bachelor's degree in a lot less time and spend a lot less money. An interest-free monthly payment plan is available, plus financial aid for those who qualify. So enroll today. Visit HeadStartDegrees.com. That's HeadStartDegrees.com.
Money News every half hour at 25 and 55 on WTOP.
12:25. Let's go to Jeff Claybon, the Washington Business Journal.
There we are, halfway through the lunch hour with the Dow Industrials up 93 points. 12,508 position. The S&P 500 index is up 5. The Nasdaq is up 6 points.
clear out coming northbound. The earlier crash at the Franconia Springfield Parkway is long clear. 395 northbound, work set up at Edsel, blocks the left lane. On the 14th Street Bridge, there's work in the right lane. Fairfax County Parkway at Route 50, there's been no picnic through the day today. At 50, the construction set up. One lane gets by in both directions. Northbound delays at last check from 66. Southbound delays began near Stringfellow Road. There's a work zone in Northwest along Wisconsin Avenue near Massachusetts Avenue. Reportedly only the left lane gets by in both directions. There's no better place to spend time with your family than Hershey Park. Enjoy over 65 rides and attractions, including the all-new coaster, Sky Rush. Visit HersheyPark.com. Jack Taylor, WTOP Traffic.
Sunshine mixing with clouds this afternoon and 40% chance of a few showers and isolated thunderstorms. Also a threat. Temperatures around 80 degrees will carry the chance of a stray evening shower or thunderstorm. But then on sunsets, we'll have partly cloudy skies up 50s to low 60s. Mid-80s tomorrow, partly sunny. Sunny to partly cloudy both Saturday and Sunday. We'll be in the upper 80s Saturday, around 90 to a low 90s Sunday with added humidity. After a cool week, it's going to feel rather hot. Weather updated around the clock for the WTOP. I'm ABC7 Super Stan.
Right now, partly cloudy skies. We've got 79 at Reagan National, 79 at BWI Marshall as well, and 75 at Dulles. It's 72 in Northwest Washington as we head to around 80 today. SAS stands for one thing.
We are the leader in analytics software and services.
SAS solves the complex problems facing government agencies.
With SAS, you can reduce fraud, waste, and abuse, automate manual processes,
And maximize productivity.
SAS gives you the power to know every critical aspect of your agency and the power to know what lies around the next corner.
Learn more about SAS solutions for government at SAS.com/federal.
From Richmond to Baltimore, from the Chesapeake to the Shenandoah, this is WTOP. News, traffic, weather, on air, online, mobile, 103.5 FM, 103.9 FM, 107.7 FM, worldwide on WTOP.com. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Lewis.
And I'm Deborah Feinstein. Judy Taub at the editor's desk. Just ahead,
A new charge today against the now resigned chairman of the D.C. Council.
Ben Bernanke talking to Congress about our economy.
Wall Street responding with the Dow up 96 points. NASDAQ up 7, the S&P up 7. Lawmakers demanding better airport service from TSA or else. More than AM&L, this is Dave McConnell. The latest in the crackdown against distracted driving. I'm John Aaron.
Daytime baseball. Nats play the Mets this afternoon at Nationals Park.
WTOP at 12:31.
Well, first he was charged with bank fraud, and then he resigned from office. And now, today, prosecutors have filed another criminal charge against former D.C. Council Chairman Kwame Brown.
The latest charge against the former chairman of the D.C. Council is a misdemeanor campaign finance violation, charging Kwame Brown with making an illegal expenditure. In 2008, Brown had a $60,000 campaign bank account that he did not report. Mayor Vincent Gray, who remains under federal investigation himself, says Brown did not call him before resigning, and he's disappointed to hear about the new charges. As for the public perception that the district government is corrupt and incompetent,
Well, first of all, the city is doing extremely well. I'd be happy to have that conversation with anybody on any issue that they'd like to talk about.
in the district, Mark Seagraves, WTOP News.
It's 12:32.
CBS News Update. I'm Steve Kathan. Chairman Ben Bernanke tells Congress the Fed is ready if the economy needs help.
The Federal Reserve remains prepared to take action as needed to protect the U.S. financial system and economy in the event that financial stresses escalate.
But he gave no indication anything would be done right away, and he warned Congress not to haggle again over the debt ceiling.
The brinksmanship last summer over the debt limit had very significant adverse effects for financial markets and for our economy. For example, it really knocked down consumer confidence quite noticeably.
The economist Gus Fauché.
The underlying fundamentals of the economy are improving. We're taking a hit right now from higher energy prices earlier in the year and then the problems in Europe. But there are signs that things will get better. Energy prices have come down. The housing market is turned around, and businesses remain profitable, and they're looking to expand.
CBS News Update. I'm Steve Kathan.
12:33 to Syria now, where the situation continues to deteriorate. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon says UN monitors were shot at while trying to get to the scene of the latest Syrian massacre. The UN chief telling telling the General Assembly that the unarmed observers were initially denied access to the scene in central Hama. He said they were shot at with small arms while trying to get there, and he didn't mention any casualties. One activist group says at least 78 people were killed by troops loyal to the president. Some victims stabbed to death, others were burned.
A blunt message today to Pakistan. It came from U.S. Defense Secretary Leon Panetta.
We are reaching the limits of our patience.
Secretary of Defense Leon Panetta during a visit in Afghanistan. Pakistani officials have complained that the U.S. is not sharing plans and details about drone strikes like the one that killed Al-Qaeda #2, Abu Yahya al-Libi. He also complained bitterly the U.S. has never apologized for mistakenly killing 24 Pakistani troops last year on the border with Afghanistan. Panetta says Pakistan is a safe haven for terrorist groups and the Pakistani government needs to shut it down. J.J. Green, WTOP News.
It's 12:34. The Ballistic Missile Defense Report provided by Raytheon.
The Royal United Services Institute, also known as Looxcie, held its annual Missile Defense Conference in London May 30th through the 31st. The conference was the first opportunity following the Chicago Summit for NATO senior policymakers to publicly discuss the next steps towards maturing Europe's ballistic missile defense shield. Discussions continue around the European nations sharing a pool of SM-3 interceptors.
5 million hours of experience, 20 direct hit intercepts, unmatched engineering. Raytheon Standard Missile 3 is preserving freedom at home and around the world. Now Raytheon engineers are developing the next generation SM-3. When seconds matter and there's no margin for error, Raytheon Standard Missile 3 delivers. In fact, there's nothing standard about it. Raytheon, customer success is our mission.
12:35.
Transportation Safety Administrator John Pistol has been warned by Congress he's got too many workers who aren't doing enough work. Details from WTOP's Capitol Hill correspondent Dave McConnell today on the Hill.
Alabama Congressman Mike Rogers wasted no time in telling Pistol his agency's held in very low esteem and it's time for big changes.
The American people are just really disgusted and outraged with the department that they see as bloated and inefficient. And you and I talk on a regular basis, and you know I've shared with you privately that one has got a bad image problem.
Pistol insists he's working as fast as he can to improve the TSA and reminded lawmakers the agency's also criticized for moving too quickly.
Terrorists can exploit vulnerability because of something that we rush to get out, and that doesn't serve anyone.
Congressional critics aren't convinced and want TSA's more than 40,000 workforce substantially cut and better trained. On Capitol Hill, Dave McConnell, WTOP News.
Distracted driving is called an epidemic, and today 4 steps are being announced to address the growing problem.
Allison Holden of the district experienced it firsthand when she was hit by a distracted driver in 2009.
She got out of her car in front of the police officer and my mother who come to the scene, and she kept saying, I was distracted by myself.
She was left with the lasting effects of head and hip injuries. The federal government's hoping to prevent those kinds of accidents by encouraging states to come up with tougher laws and better ways to enforce them. Ron Medford of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says they're also trying to reduce distractions from in-car systems like navigation.
They were getting locked out during driving.
At the headquarters of the U.S. Department of Transportation in Southeast, John Aaron, WTOP News. Up ahead, feeling hot, hot, hot. The sizzle that was this past spring. 12:37.
When it comes to high-quality eye care in Northern Virginia, the one name recognized among the best, Dr. Woodbridge and the Eye Center. For over 23 years, Dr. Woodbridge is still the one with the latest technology and the only eye LASIK center with eye patch. Dr. Woodbridge is still the one with the experience, having performed over 40,000 refractive procedures. The Eye Center is still the one for all your family eye care needs. And Dr. Woodbridge is still the one for a great value. In celebration of our 6th location coming soon, we're offering an incredible savings of up to $2,200 off eye LASIK. Our biggest savings ever. That's $2,200 off eye LASIK. Don't miss it. Call the Eye Center now at 888-844-2020. That's 888-844-2020. Or visit theeyecenter.com. Savings vary by prescription based on bilateral procedure. Some restrictions apply. Results vary.
12:38.
103.5 WTOP Radio. Traffic and weather together on the 8s.
Delays. 395 northbound. You'll find your slow out of Springfield headed to the work work zone to Edsel, blocking the left lane today. Also, there's work on the inbound 14th Street Bridge, blocking the right lane. Southbound 395 at the 95 merge. Construction has just the left lane getting by. Southbound 95. Work zone is near the Centerport Parkway, reportedly blocking the right lane. Big delays trying to get through Stafford towards the work zone. Also huge delays to speak of on the Fairfax County Parkway, north and southbound near 50. Construction is set up with one lane getting by in both directions. 66 eastbound, work from Nutley to the Beltway takes the left lane, then again at the Beltway, lose that left HOV exit. The connector road today between 123 and 66. Track work is in the left lane both sides. Slow traffic on the outer loop headed towards the work zone at the toll road. That's blocking the left lane. Also, we had our delay on the inner loop of the Beltway. The work zone set up at Braddock Road at 236. It's blocking the left lane. That is causing delays. Also, we've got a work zone before 66 in the left lane, and from 123 to the toll road, there's work in the right lane. Northbound DC 295 after the 11th Street Bridge, work is in the left lane. We had debris reported southbound on Kenilworth before Eastern Avenue. That was along the left side. Still jammed up across the freeway and coming inbound on the Douglas Bridge, trying to get towards the park. We've got a gain of 1 this afternoon. Expect delays on Wisconsin Avenue near Massachusetts Avenue. Construction has only the left lane getting by in both directions. Also jammed up on Connecticut Avenue southbound between the Beltway and Jones Bridge. The work is in the right lane and slow traffic coming off both loops of the Beltway. Expect heavy traffic also as you make the right out on 50 eastbound. Earlier we had a crash reportedly on the bridge in one of the eastbound lanes, but now apparently all lanes are open. Juniper Networks delivers the best in government certified switching, cloud-ready data centers, and secure, high-performance networking solutions. Learn how you can choose new at juniper.net. Jack Taylor, WTOP Traffic.
ABC 7's first nail. I'm thinking lunch or dinner outside today.
Lunch might be a good idea. Dinner, it could be a little hit or miss because we are expecting about 40% chance of a couple showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. Right now, we are watching some activity well north and west of Martinsburg, well west of Winchester, but these are just some isolated showers and one little isolated shower, as a matter of fact, that just popped up recently in central and southern Carroll County. Just a sign, though, that we are unstable. So a little bit of extra energy is going to come into play this afternoon. High temperatures are approaching. We'll be right around that 80-degree mark today. Upper 50s to low 60s tonight. Aside from a stray evening thunder shower, expect partly cloudy skies. Partly sunny, warmer tomorrow in the mid-80s. As high pressure really settles in here over the weekend, expect sunny to partly cloudy skies. We get into the upper 80s Saturday. By Sunday, around 90 degrees, and also by Sunday, you will notice the humidity. 76 degrees in Annapolis, the breeze kicking in there. 78 in Washington, 75 Warrenton, and 77 Culpeper.
All right, Chris, thank you. 1241.
It's Thursday, June 7th. Today in the Washington Post, how Wall Street traders, public health officials, and others are analyzing your Twitter posts and status updates to make critical decisions in the A section. Also today, he's a local guy who's devoted most of his weekends and vacations and a sizable chunk of his income to riding the world's greatest roller coasters. So what's his verdict after taking a trial run on the area's newest mega coaster? Find out in the Metro section. Then in local living, an inside look at a new area mentoring program that hopes to ease the challenges that can come with being young and gay. And today in sports, the mysterious art of the knuckleball pitch. You'll find these stories and much more today. And stay on top of breaking local news throughout the day at postlocal.com. The Washington Post. If you don't get it, you don't get it.
Good afternoon, it's 1242.
The owner of the DC Improv was found dead in Arizona yesterday. He'd been missing since the middle of last month after running into some financial difficulty with his business partners. The Arizona Republic says Mark Anderson was discovered by housekeepers at a Days Inn. It's unclear how long he'd been there, and there's still no information regarding how the 60-year-old died.
Well, the U.S. had a sizzling spring that busted records by a full 2 degrees. Federal records show that March, April, and May averaged 57.1 degrees in the lower 48. That's more than 5 degrees above average. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says May had its own distinction. It was the second warmest since record-keeping began back in 1895.
1243, Star Trek nerds everywhere have been arguing about it for years. Which is better, the original Trek or the next generation? Really? Well, what's amazing is how long they've been arguing about
All right, good to know, sir. Top condition.
Not so much anymore. You know, this fall it'll be 25 years since Captain Jean-Luc Picard burst in tone.
To boldly go where no one has gone before.
Now, to mark the anniversary, Fathom Events is beaming 2 first-season episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation onto the big screen. One night only, July 23rd. The day after that, the entire first season of Next Gen will be released on Blu-ray for the first time. Search Star Trek at WTOP.com to see which DC area theaters are taking part in this enterprise. Nathan Hager, WTOP News.
The original, of course.
No doubt about it. 1244 sports coming right up.
Here's what's trending now on WTOP.com.
DC chair resigns after bank fraud charge. Words misspelled on Maryland high school diploma. Star Trek The Next Generation beams into this generation.
Click now on WTOP.com.
Is it better to have 3D on LCD, on plasma, on COP?
I want a big screen that gets YouTube and Facebook without a computer.
Run everything with one remote at a price that says, oh yeah.
With almost 3 times the viewing area of a 50-inch screen, this huge 82-inch Mitsubishi HD TV is the ultimate home theater. And now just $16.99 at the big screen store.
The big screen.
Guaranteed low prices don't have to cost you great service anymore. Let's update the figures on Wall Street. Jeff Claiborne.
The Dow is up 91 points. The S&P 500 index is up 7. The Nasdaq's up 5. Money news in 10 minutes on WTOP.
Sports every half hour at 15 and 45 on WTOP.
1245, Jonathan Warner getting ready for the baseball game.
It is a matinee out here at Nationals Park. Big puffy clouds under blue skies. The Nats look to complete the sweep of the Mets. The pitching matchup as Chip Wong versus R.A. Dickey. The Nats have a 2-game lead in the NL East, and first baseman Adam LaRoche, who had a homer and 4 RBIs last night, wants to build on that.
It's funny that the division's so tight right now, regardless of who we play in this division, they're big games because you get a chance to make up some ground. So, not that the other ones aren't important, but these are nice. When you get on a roll against your division, you see yourself climbing the standings pretty quick.
The Nats have done very well against the NL East, going 14-7 this season. Nats and Mets pregame is underway at 1500 a.m. The Orioles also go for the sweep tonight in Boston. It'll be Brian Mattis versus Clay Buchholz for the Sox. NBA playoff tonight has the old man of Boston, and they close out the Heat. The Celtics are home with a 3-2 series lead. They beat Miami 5 straight times at home and set up 7 out of 8. And whoever wins the series, the Oklahoma City Thunder await in the NBA Finals. Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals is Saturday night in New Jersey. The Devils avoided the 4-game sweep with a 3-1 win in LA last night. At the French Open today, 21st seed Sara Errani of Italy reached the finals by upsetting number 6 Sam Stosur of Australia 6-3 in the third in the sights of set. Stosur had won all 5 previous meetings. In the other semifinal, second seed Maria Sharapova won the first set over defending champ Petra Kvitova 6-3. The Giants stopped Thompson must be having too much fun. Fresh off his second Super Bowl championship, he signed a 2-year contract extension through the 2014 season. At 65, he is the oldest coach to win the Super Bowl. Well, first pitch is about 20 minutes away. Live at Nationals Park, Jonathan Warner, WTOP Sports.
All right, Jonathan, 1247.
Is your credit card debt out of control? Are you having trouble and struggling to make the monthly payments? There is a powerful legal right that the credit card companies do not want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the power and legal right to settle the debt for less than what you owe. This is not bankruptcy. This right is bad news for the credit card companies and great news for you. We'll give you free information that shows how to pay back less than what you owe and lower the monthly payments. Take this number down and call now. 800-607-5280. The information is free when you call today. Live better debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling for this consumer information that tells you the secret that credit card companies do not want you to know. Call the National Debt Network today at 800-607-5280. This free information is only available for a limited time. Change your life. Call 800-607-5280 today.
1248.
103.5 WTOP Radio.
Come on.
Still experiencing the delays on the inner loop of the Beltway coming around towards 355. According to a couple callers, police are on the scene, 355 at Cedar Lane. Lights are out of the roadway though. All travel lanes are open, but police aren't directing traffic, so it's never a perfect system, even when the lights are working, to try to get the delays dissipated. Now you're going to find heavy traffic as well continuing past Connecticut Avenue, headed over towards University Boulevard and New Hampshire Avenue. 270 in good shape, no reported problems there. 95 in the Baltimore-Washington Parkway are looking good. The main line of the Beltway through Montgomery and Prince George's County, for the most part, especially on the east side, headed over towards the Landover area, are in good shape. Now we've still got ball game traffic trying to work its way in towards National Stadium. You will for Nationals Park. You've got traffic heavy on the freeway, coming down on 295 and across the Douglas Bridge. 395, the first work zone at Edsel blocks the left lane. There's a second work zone on the 14th Street Bridge. That's blocking the right lane. North on 95, still just late to clear out. Lanes are open. We had an earlier crash at the Franconia Springfield Parkway. The long cleared, just late to clear out coming out of Lorton itself, headed into Springfield. Southbound 95, not really great. South of Aquia Harbor, unexpected brake lights to the work zone. It is down near the Centerport Parkway. You're going to find traffic reportedly getting by to the left. The work zone is in the right lane. Also in Arlington, southbound 110 between 66 and 395. That construction has only the left lane getting by. Still reporting a nightmare out along the Fairfax County Parkway at Route 50. Construction is set up with one lane getting by in both directions. Last check delays northbound began at 66. Southbound, they've been very heavy and slow coming in from Stringfellow Road. Drop by EYA's Model Home Grand Opening Saturday, June 9th from noon to 4. Get a taste of what's to come at Fairfax's newest destination neighborhood. Visit EYA.com/mosaic. Jack Taylor, WTOP Traffic.
This is the last day of our unsettled weather. At least our daily chance of rain in the forecast finally will be removed by tomorrow. Partly sunny, though today we have a 40% chance of a few showers and a couple isolated thunderstorms this afternoon, highs around 80. A straight evening thunder shower, otherwise partly cloudy, upper 50s to low 60s by sunup Friday. After that, we'll climb into the mid-80s, upper 80s Saturday, sunny to partly cloudy, more sunshine Sunday, around 90 with added humidity. Weather updated around the clock for the WTOP. I'm ABC 7's Chris Nail.
Delightful midday, 75 right now at Dulles. It's 78 at Reagan National, same temperature at BWI Marshall, with light and variable winds right now out of the north. 77 our temperature in Frederick, Maryland, with plenty of sunshine. On our way near 80 today, we'll drop to the middle 50s tonight.
It's 12:51. Dave Ross on the way.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah?
How much do you love me?
I love you more than anything.
Would you go into a burning building to rescue me?
Of course I would.
Oh, come on, let's go.
Jump off of a pier to save me?
Well, yes. Do you want to borrow the car or something?
No, but would you get a colonoscopy?
A what?
Over 90% of all colon cancers are completely preventable with a colonoscopy. Yet colon cancer remains the #2 cause of all cancer deaths. If you're over 50 or have a family history of colon cancer, call the MedStar Health Cancer Network at 888-666-3432 to schedule a colonoscopy at one of our member hospitals. That's 888-666-3432. Do it for the ones you love and yourself.
Hey, Dad. Would you call?
Would I call right now? Yes. I'll call MedStar Health.
MedStar Health Cancer Network. Knowledge and compassion focused on you.
It's 12:52.
There's an uproar in
Outrageous.
India because a government agency spent $63,000 to renovate its toilets just months after India defined the poverty line as people making less than 50 cents a day. The World Bank poverty line is $1.25 a day. Newspapers and some lawmakers want an explanation. The country's planning commission tried to make it better by saying the 3 restrooms could service up to 30 people at once. Not everyone can use the new commodes. A $9,000 security card system limits your access.
We know his famous line.
Duh. Winning.
And now we know what actor Charlie Sheen looks for in a woman. He tells Rolling Stone magazine he really hates bad feet and refuses to date women who have trouble. He says the length of certain toes and the shape of where things should be or are not are very important to him. He says it's a deal breaker if that second toe is a little too long.
Oh, man. Did I need to know that? It's 12:53.
We're sitting on $2 trillion. This is Dave Ross on the CBS Radio Network.
It sounded like a great idea.
Back in 2005, Congress earmarked tax dollars for a futuristic magnetic levitation train across the Mojave Desert to Las Vegas.
A levitation train, because you want to cross the desert as fast as possible, especially when it stands between you and the Liberace Museum.
But a series of technical errors caused so many delays, supporters abandoned the project. The $45 million could sit around forever.
Forever, because the law says the money has to be spent on levitating trains even if they're never built. And how about this one?
$2.7 billion tax dollars left over from an earmark for the 1996 Olympics.
And which by law can only be spent on the 1996 Olympics, which means they'll be spending it, let's see, never. Oh, correction. As soon as Doc Brown finally fixes his time machine.
Hey, stop!
Now, these are just two examples. And according to Senator Tom Coburn, and he says these numbers are official, all this stuff adds up to $2 trillion unspent federal dollars being carried over to next year, a third of which isn't earmarked for anything. So why doesn't he write a bill to spend it on jobs or pay down the debt? Because he says such a bill would never get to the floor.
They don't want to fight the political battle of saying, well, he giveth and he taketh away. They don't want that negative press.
Finding $2 trillion would create negative press? Come on, really, why can't Congress get together and fix this?
The encounter could create a time paradox that would unravel the very fabric of the space-time continuum and destroy the entire universe.
Okay, well, that's a good reason. Now listen.
Does your business thrive by serving other businesses? Would you like a healthy, steady flow of B2B leads that are customized to grow sales? Movers has developed a best-in-class lead generation tool that makes it easy for you to find targeted leads for your business. You'll be amazed at how easy it is to get the right leads fast. Try it today for free. Get 50 free leads and a 24-hour trial. Just call 800-239-0011. 800-239-0011. 800-239-0011.
This is Dave Ross on the CBS Radio Network.
Dave Ross, part of commentary and analysis from all sides here on WTOP.
Money news every half hour at 25 and 55 on WTOP.
12:55. Back to Jeff Clabaugh at the Washington Business Journal.
The Dow Industrials is up 102 points. 12,516 is the level. The S&P 500 index is up 7 points. The Nasdaq is up 8 points. Market's getting a bit of a boost today from the first interest rate cut in China in 4 years. First-time jobless claims here at home fell last week, although previous numbers from the week before were revised higher. You can get a 15-year fixed-rate mortgage for less than a 1-year adjustable rate mortgage.
You realize what you're doing to people here.
Fixed fell to just 2.94% this week. A 30-year fix now averages 3.67%. Those are both new record lows. From the Washington Business Journal, I'm Jeff Michael on WTOP.
Thank you, Jeff. Up ahead, the Federal Reserve Chair says action will be taken if need be to help the economy, but he wants Congress not to fight over the debt limit. Details straight ahead, 12:56.
It's the fight of your life against cancer. Who would you want in your corner?
When someone tells you that you have cancer, it's almost like an out-of-body experience.
When he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, Vaughn Clark of Rockville chose the comprehensive cancer care team at Shady Grove Adventist Hospital.
When I look at the way that I was treated, it made you feel not like a number, not like a dollar sign, but like a human being.
If you're facing prostate cancer, lung cancer, breast cancer, or any other form of cancer, the expert care team at Shady Grove Adventist Hospital provides comprehensive, coordinated cancer care right here in Montgomery County.
Okay, now we have to do a left and merge right. Left lane and merge right.
Adventist Hospital's
Alright, now we got to play this game.
Visit yourcancerteam.com.
Shady Grove was definitely
That's no
to take
problem.
a free cancer risk quiz, go to
Trying to get the
yourcancerteam.com.
frick out of
That's
here.
yourcancerteam.com.
The Beach Boys reuniting for a 50th anniversary tour. The tour makes its stop here at Merriweather Post Pavilion June 15th. Also at Merriweather this summer, Sarah McLachlan performs with the National Philharmonic July 5th, and Santana and the Allman Brothers play together July 30th. The biggest act in country music, Jason Aldean, plays Merriweather July 15th. Also appearing at the outdoor venue this summer, Def Leppard with Poison, Scorpions, Jason Mraz, and just announced Gautier, all at Merriweather.
WTOP at 12:58. 103.5 WTOP Radio. Traffic.
traffic and weather together on the 8th.
Southbound 95, leaving Aquia Harbor headed through Stafford. You will find yourself in a delay near the Centerport Parkway. We've got work reportedly blocking the right lane with midday construction. Northbound on 95, no picnic trying to come through Lorton and Newington. The work zone itself is on 395 at Edsel, blocking the left lane. Also, there's work northbound on the 14th Street Bridge that blocks the right lane today. Construction again southbound on Route 110 between 66 and 395. Only the left lane is getting by. The Fairfax County Parkway at Route 50, hearing from callers all day. This is a mess. Construction is set up with one lane getting by in both directions with a paving project. Northbound delays begin at 66. Southbound, you're snared back at Stringfellow Road. Also, we've got big delays to speak of as you travel along the outer loop of the Beltway, headed to the work zone before the toll road today, blocking the left lane. Jack Taylor, WTOP Traffic.
A 40% chance of a few scattered showers this afternoon. Also, a couple isolated thunderstorms can be ruled out. Highs around 80 degrees. A stray evening thunder shower. Then during the overnight, quiet, partly cloudy, upper 50s to low 60s. Mid-80s Friday, upper 80s Saturday, Sunday. Sunny to partly cloudy around 90. Weather updated around the clock for the WTOP. I'm ABC 7's Chris Nail.
74 degrees and sunny skies in the nation's capital.
This is WTOP News, traffic, weather, on air, online, mobile. WTOP FM Washington, WTOP FM Braddock Heights, Frederick, WWWT-FM Manassas, Fredericksburg, worldwide on WTOP.com. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Lewis.
And I'm Deborah Feinstein. Coming up.
New charges emerging today against former D.C. Council Chair Kwame Brown.
Reaction to this new charge against Kwame Brown. I'm Neil Augenstein.
Test driving the area's newest roller coaster. I'm Christy King.
We'll check in with Redskins GM Bruce Allen.
The markets are up, the Dow ahead by 93 points.
It's 1 o'clock.
CBS News, I'm Steve Kathan. Renewed hope on Wall Street for the economy. Another up day for the markets. The Dow ahead 94 points. Investors encouraged by signs from central banks here and overseas. China today cut its benchmark lending rate. And in Washington, lawmakers heard from the Fed chairman. We're live on Capitol Hill with CBS's Bob Fuss.
Ed Bernanke said the Federal Reserve is ready to stimulate the economy more if they decide it's needed, but said Congress also needs to get its act together and come up with a reasonable spending and tax plan to avoid big tax hikes and spending cuts from hitting all at once at the end of the year, as they will if Congress does nothing.
The so-called fiscal cliff would, if allowed to occur, pose a significant threat to the recovery.
Bernanke also warned Congress to avoid more brinksmanship over raising the debt ceiling, saying the showdown over borrowing last year caused serious damage to the economy. Live on Capitol Hill, Bob Fuss, CBS News.
The government says first-time claims for jobless benefits fell by 12,000 last week, and mortgage rates have fallen lower again. Freddie Mac says the average on a 30-year fixed now down to 3.67%, the 15-year 2.94%. A new report finds that with the nation deep in debt, billions of tax dollars are sitting in bank accounts. CBS's Cheryl Atkinson has details.
In 2010, Congress set aside tax money to help 30,000 unemployed families avoid foreclosure, but the program ended with $568 million left over. TARP money allocated back in 2008 to help homeowners fight off foreclosure is still sitting around 4 years later, $34.6 billion of it.
In the campaign 2012 money hunt, Mitt Romney and the Republicans raised more than $76 million in May. President Obama and the Democrats, $60 million. Overseas. Violence in Syria, and today the White House condemned new reports of a massacre in Hama province. Victims included women and children. UN envoy Kofi Annan.
If things do not change, the future is likely to be one of brutal repression, massacres, sectarian violence, and even all-out civil war.
The UN says some of its monitors that tried to get to the scene of the latest massacre were shot at. In Washington, Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood announced a new plan to get cell phones out of the hands of people behind the wheel.
I'm for eliminating distracted driving. The way you do that is by taking personal responsibility and putting your phone in the glove compartment, so you can't use it.
The new strategy combines energized law enforcement, public education, and grant money for states.
You know what they're doing.
Primetime Grammy winner has tax trouble. Singer Lauryn Hill has been charged with failing to file tax returns for several years. Wall Street again, the Dow
91 points. This is CBS News.
You don't know what you're fucking up, buddy.
President and CEO of Advanced Alliance Solutions Team, AAST, a joint venture
Excuse my French.
dedicated to providing the federal government with exceptional services under
What can you do? Just waited an hour for that.
Our goal is to team with small, medium, and large IT companies to deliver needed services to the federal government. Please contact us at advancedalliance.com for more information on potential Alliance small business teaming opportunities. That's advancedalliance.com.
103 on WTOP on a gorgeous Thursday afternoon. It's June 7th, 74 degrees and sunny. We're going up to 80 today. Live from the Classic Close Nerve Center, this is Washington's most listened to radio station, 103.5 WTOP Radio.
I don't know.
Here are Mark Lewis and Deborah Looxcie.
Good afternoon, everyone. New charges today against former D.C. Council Chair Kwame Brown. You know he resigned yesterday after being charged with one count of bank fraud, and this comes just 6 months after another council member, Harry Thomas Jr., was indicted on his own charges.
On Wednesday, federal prosecutors charged Kwame Brown with felony bank fraud, which carries a max sentence of 30 years. Now, Brown has been charged with a misdemeanor campaign violation. Brown is expected to plead guilty to both charges. Mayor Vincent Gray says Brown did the right thing by resigning.
Given the circumstances, it clearly was going to be difficult for him to be able to carry on his job.
Gray says he hopes the recent scandals don't distract the public from the positive work the government is doing.
The city is doing extremely well. Pick an issue: education, public safety, economic development.
As for whether he thinks he still has the public's trust,
I don't know. You'll have to ask the district residents that. The job is getting done, and I would hope that as you report the news, you would get the facts out there too that the job is being done. Do you think the job is being done?
In the district, Mark Segriggs, WTOP News.
I'm Neil Augenstein.
Yeah, that's the District of Columbia.
Ward 6 Councilmember Tommy Wells says he's not surprised Kwame Brown has now been charged with a misdemeanor campaign finance violation.
We sometimes violate the public trust, and people are held accountable.
The News Channel 8 Wells says he's not yet sure who he'd like to see as the next council chair.
Whoever's going to be chair is going to have to stand up and say, we're not going to do this anymore. This person has to be able to reassure the citizens of the District of Columbia that we will have an ethical legislative body, the City Council.
Neil Augenstein, WTOP News. 105, will Metro's Silver Line ever make it past Dulles Airport? If Loudoun County backs out, one local leader says it could mean some big traffic troubles.
We do not have the ability long-term to accommodate commuters on this airport property.
That revelation from Washington Airport's Authority head Jack Potter. He says the authority doesn't like the thought of Dulles being an end-of-the-line station like Vienna or Franconia, because that means more commuter parking and buses would be needed at Dulles. The property just isn't set up for that. He says if a Metro commuter lot were built at Dulles, it would likely be very far away from the actual station. With Sprawl and Crawl, Adam Tuss, WTOP News.
106, switching gears here. You might think roller coasters are something you do sitting down. Well, guess what? There's a new standing coaster in town. That's all. Very quickly, and stories high welcome to the roller coaster scene in the streets. The first drop is a 5 miles an hour. Loved one closer to his or her home. Ever try blogging? Many military spouses have and have enjoyed it. One writer describes it as good for the soul. It's a great way to voice your feelings and relieve your uncertainties.
Blogging can be therapeutic and a great form of communication. Instead of emailing a bunch of different friends, you can send them all the same blog. Blogging can also connect you with people in a similar situation and create a kinship.
Make tracks to your local Jeep vehicle dealer today and take advantage of an exciting military cash allowance on the full line of legendary Jeep vehicles. And Jeep wants to express its extreme gratitude and pride for your military service.
On WTOP, it's 108. 103.5 WTOP Radio. Traffic and weather together on the 8th.
Recurring work zones around the region on the Virginia Beltway, the outer loop across the American Legion Bridge toward the Dulles Toll Road with a stretch of heavy traffic, and on I-66 eastbound toward the Beltway, the midday work zone from the Vienna Metro east blocking the left side of the roadway. I-95 north and southbound between Springfield and Quantico, no issues reported. However, in Stafford County, list is noting on the trip from Garrisonville, Aquia toward Falmouth, the volume in the southbound direction is heavy. The pace is quite slow, and the drivers we've talked to have all sought to exit toward U.S. Route 1. Supposed to be the road work is in the right lane between the Centerport Parkway and the exit for Route 17. On the Baltimore-Washington Parkway on the I-95 between the two beltways, should find the travel lanes open. In Montgomery and in Prince George's County, no work zones or, for the moment, mishaps on 495 itself. Switch your checking account to CQ. Get the tools you need, the service you expect, plus mobile deposit. Ditch your bank and switch to CQ. Visit SECUMD.org. CQ, different direction. I'm Bob Marburg, WTOP Traffic.
ABC 7's Chris Nail. Looks like some clouds rolling in. Maybe a few sprinkles later today.
Yep, we could even have a few.
Well, we finally made it.
DC, southern Montgomery County right now. But that'd be about it. Some showers, though, developing west of 81, and we will watch for more showers to try to pop up this afternoon.
It is a
Could even
god.
have an isolated thunderstorm, and with the thunderstorms, the potential is there that we could have a little hail should we get a stronger south. We're going to monitor all this for you. The chance of rain this afternoon, you'll see it about 40%. Temperatures around 80 degrees. We're almost there right now in Washington, currently at 79. Upper 50s to low 60s tonight. We'll have a straight evening shower, maybe a rumble of thunder, but then we turn partly cloudy. Quiet for the remainder of the overnight period. Mid-80s tomorrow. High pressure's building in. Partly sunny skies will follow. Saturday and Sunday, looking sunny to partly cloudy each day. A little warmer Saturday into the upper 80s. And I don't call it hot because after a week of below average temperatures, highs around 90 will feel rather hot. We'll also notice some increased humidity here by Sunday. 76 degrees in Annapolis, meanwhile 79 Reagan National and Frederick, 77